Hey friends, today I am sharing an early fall home tour with you, and I say early because it's not technically fall yet, even though I have seen patches of leaves that have already been changing colors as we drive outside of town. The weather is still pretty warm here, and I haven't even seen any pumpkin stands yet, at least where we live. Hopefully these small touches of fall throughout our home will encourage you if you like to change things up seasonally like I do. And if you love to go all out, that's awesome. That's totally fine. Go for it. But if you like to keep things a bit more simple and understated, that's okay too. I've actually been thinking a lot about my own home and asking myself why a whole lot more. I really used to stress over seasonal decor, and I put a lot of pressure on myself as a blogger. But why? Why? What is the purpose of decorating for the seasons? Am I doing it because everyone else is? Am I doing it because I want a certain number of likes or follows? Am I decorating because I feel like it's expected of me? I think it's really important for us to examine our hearts when we decorate our homes. For a long time, I think my motives were wrong, honestly. But a big part of my why today is because truthfully, I, first of all, enjoy it. I love and appreciate beauty. I take pleasure in decorating my home and bringing the outside in. But I also do it for my family and for my boys, for my husband. I want our home to feel sacred. I want it to feel cozy. I want it to be a place for them to retreat, to feel comfort. And I don't think that decorating for our homes is something that is silly. I think it's important. And I'm not a designer, and I don't think we need to take it too seriously. I tell you guys that all the time. I'm just a mom who likes to create beauty, and I hope that this home tour encourages you to do the same. Our homes don't have to be perfect as long as they're filled with a lot of love. That's really what matters. So as we get into the home tour, I thought I would maybe go room by room, and stay tuned because at the very end of this video, I want to share a little bit of real life with you to encourage you a little bit. But let's start off here in the entryway. I just haven't shown my front door in a while. If you're new here, we have a round door, which is one of the things that really, I fell in love with this home because of this front door. It's so unique. And we really like to keep things simple. I like to keep things simple, I should say. And truthfully, I like to fill my home. The past couple of home tours, if you go back throughout my channel, I like to fill my home with real pumpkins. I think it's too early in the season, and I haven't seen any yet. Hopefully I'll see some pumpkin stands soon. One of my favorite views looking into the entryway is when I'm standing back, more so in the living room. I just love looking in and seeing the reclaimed beams that we added and just the character and the warmth that space really adds. I love having a nice size entryway, I will say, and we put the slate floor in there because of Michigan winters. It's just nice to have a place to put rainy boots in the fall. And so anyways, moving into the living room space, if you want a few more details on some of my sources for fall, last week's video kind of shares a lot of those. I got just a few new things, switched some things around here, moved some furniture around. I love this cozy blanket that I have here on the ottoman. It just adds a lot of warmth to our living room space, and I linked that in my last video. I'll put that link to this blanket in the description below. But really just small changes, adding some fall stems, some dried leaves, adding lots of cozy blankets is really all I do in the living room space. I don't go crazy in this room, but I really, we spend so much time here in the living room, so it's important to me to make it feel cozy. Now, the dining room, I guess, I said that we spend a lot of time in the living room, but the dining room, we probably spend just as much time here. And you'll see at the end of this video, a lot of our mornings are spent here at the dining room table because we homeschool all 4 of our boys. So anyways, this is a space where we spend a lot of time, and I didn't go crazy decorating in this space for that reason. I kept the table decor pretty minimal. I put up a wreath here on the old antique window that I have hanging between the shelves with some really beautiful velvet ribbon, and honestly, some stems I added above the corner cabinet, and that's about it. I really didn't add a ton to this space. And again, I love to add some real pumpkins when those become available, but for now, it's fine. And it's working for our family, and it adds just enough texture and just enough warmth to remind us of the changing seasons. And that's all it needed. So one of the really tricky parts about our home is that the sun kind of, as it moves throughout the day, different rooms in our home are lit up. So you can kind of see how dark the kitchen looks from the dining room. It's really tricky sometimes to do like home tours and record the entire house because not every room is filled with light yet. And so the living room might be nice and bright, but then the kitchen still feels like a dark cave. So that's okay. We're just going to roll with it. But they're really, for the kitchen, I once again kept things pretty minimal. I added some stems up above the refrigerator and the basket there. I love doing that. It's just a statement when you look into the kitchen. It's a galley kitchen. And so your eyes are kind of drawn back to that stone accent wall. I also added some dried hydrangeas near the sink that I really think add a nice pop. And also a few over underneath the chalkboard with some, with a faux pumpkin and of course some butternut squash that we're going to use up here soon. But before I share the rest of the kitchen, I wanted to tell you guys that Antique Candle Co., I introduced you to them a couple of videos ago. They came out with a new scent here. Actually, they have several new fall scents. I'll show them to you here on their website, and they smell divine. They have several pumpkin scents now that are available. This spice candle is absolutely delicious. It smells so good. And I talked a lot about them in another video that I will link below for you guys. But I love the fact that these are non-toxic candles. They're paraben free. They are free of dyes, and they use high quality oils and fragrance for their candles. So you'll have to check them out. I'll put the link in the description below so you guys can head over there. You can use my code Andrea20 to get 20% off your order. So I just had to share that with you because candles are such a cozy part of fall. There's another thing I thought that I would share with you as well, and that is my new favorite fall drink. I've kind of been trying to avoid coffee in the afternoons. If I do have it, I try to stick to decaf, just because I've noticed that my heart tends to race when I have caffeine. So I found this delicious tea that I want to share with you guys. Oh my goodness, it's a pumpkin spice herbal tea, and it is so good. I love to add a little bit of honey, a little bit of half and half, some pumpkin spice seasoning. You guys have to try this. I will put a link down below. But anyways, just two little fall touches that I had to share with you. This yummy candle, and of course this delicious tea. As I finished up this video, I just was kind of thinking about how I wanted to end it. And like I said, I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, just pondering, thinking about this channel, asking myself why. Like, why do I have this channel? Why am I doing this? And I really want to be careful with what my motives are. And one thing that has always just been on my heart is to be someone who is encouraging. I want to encourage women especially, and young women even more. I just am very burdened for young moms, and I have just had them on my heart. And so the last thing I ever want to do with a home tour is make anyone feel like less than, or feel like, oh, her home's perfect all the time, because that is just not the case. And I thought it might be encouraging to just, record a little bit of the day-to-day to show you guys what my home looks like. Now, I will say that this particular footage is not even that bad. There have been far worse days, but this was today. And typically our dining room table is covered in homeschool supplies, cups, plates. My kitchen obviously is going to be dirty all the time because I do so much cooking and baking and cleaning. And so anyways, I just wanted to end this video with a little bit of that, just to encourage you guys. This is what my home truly looks like on a daily basis. It takes work to create these home tours, to get the entire house clean, to tell the kids, hey, go outside and play for a little bit so I can record. Honestly, you guys, I'm just a normal mom raising 4 little boys. And anyways, I just thought it would be fun to share a little bit of the real life with you, so you can see that no, my house is not perfect all the time. It does not look like this home tour all the time. Far from it. So hopefully this encourages you. And anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. And I just so appreciate all of you so much stopping by. What do you guys like to do when you decorate for fall? What are some of the changes you like to make? I'd love to hear in the comments below. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.